This is a review for halachot, for the finals. Starting with question number 1. Anybody that would like to read, please raise your hand. All I'm asking you is read a little loud. Question number 1. When is the right time to start learning Hilchot Pesach? The answer is on Purim, which is 30 days before Pesach. Question number 2. Where do we learn it from? Answer, we learn it from Moshe Rabbeinu when he taught the laws of Pesach Shani on regular Pesach, which is exactly 30 days apart. Question number 3. What changes do we make to the tefillah during the whole month of Nisan? Answer, we don't say vidui, we don't say tachanun. Question number 4. Why do we do that? Answer, because most of the month is happy. Now how most of the month is happy, even though Pesach is only 7 days, but the beginning of the month of Nisan was the time where the leaders of the tribes, each one of them, donated for the Mizbeach. Okay, so 12 days for 12 leaders. And what Moshe Rabbeinu did is every day that a leader donates something for the Mishkan, he made that a holiday. And this holiday stays forever. So you have the 12 days where the leaders made the present for the Mishkan, plus the 7 days of Pesach. 19 days is the majority of 30. And that's the rule. If the majority of the month is happy, the whole month is, you don't say tachanun, you don't say confession. Question number 5. What is Birkat HaIlanot and where do we do it? It's a blessing on the tree and we say it during the month of Nisan. Question number 6. What do we say in this beracha? We thank Hashem for making trees so people can enjoy them. Question number 7. How many and what type of trees do we need for this beracha? Now in the sheets that I told you, it says 2 fruit trees. However, recently it brought up that Arav Ovadia Yosef changed his mind, revised the halakha, and he said there are many rabbis who said it's okay to say on 1 fruit tree. So halakha right now, everybody says 1 fruit tree is enough. Number 8, do you need to have a minyan for Birkat HaIlanot? Answer, you don't need to, but it's better to have minyan. Question number 9, are ladies obligated in this beracha? Answer, yes, they are obligated. The reason why they are obligated, it's not considered a time mitzvah. Even though we say it by Nisan, but it's only because the fact is that the fruit's starting to blossom during the month of Nisan. Question number 10, can you say Birkat HaIlanot on Shabbat? You can, but it's better not to. Arav Ovadia Yosef says to avoid saying Birkat HaIlanot on Shabbat unless it's too close to the end of the month. Question number 11. Which Shabbat is Shabbat HaGadol? Answer, Shabbat before Pesach. Question number 12. Why is it called Shabbat HaGadol, the great Shabbat? Answer, because of the great miracle that happened on that Shabbat. Now I'm not going to elaborate. What simply happened is the Egyptians, the Shabbat before Bnei Israel came out of Mitzrayim, happened to be on the 10th of Nisan. And the Egyptians actually gathered to fight to kill the Jews. And Hashem made a miracle and they all backed off. For that we call it the Great Shabbat. Question number 13. What is the custom to do on Shabbat HaGadol? Answer is to go to shul and learn the halachot of Pesach. It's right before Pesach, so the rabbi should go over Leil HaSeder and everything you need to know for Pesach. Question number 14. What are the 5 things that we have in regards to the chametz before Pesach? So the first thing, obviously, we clean the house. You have to know them in order. First we clean the house. Then the night before we check for chametz. After checking, we cancel the chametz. We say we don't want to have anything to do with that. Then we burn the chametz. And right before Pesach starts, the rabbi actually sells your chametz. Question number 15. When do we do bedikat chametz? The night of the 14th of Nisan. So Pesach is on the 15th of Nisan. The night before we check for chametz. Question number 16. What can't you do 30 minutes before the time of the bedikah? Answer. You cannot work, start a job, start a project, or have a big meal. Obviously, the concern is you might forget about the bedikah. Also, when it's time to check, you're not allowed to learn. Question number 17. What beracha do we say before checking? So we don't say to check. Even though the action is checking, we go on the goal of the beracha, which is to get rid of the chametz. So the beracha is to get rid of the chametz. Question number 18. What if I spoke right after the beracha? So I said the beracha to get rid of the chametz, but I happened to speak before I started checking. So if I spoke about the checking, like I asked my wife, which room should I check first? It's okay. But if I spoke about anything else, I'll have to say another beracha. Question number 19. What if I forgot to say the beracha? So any mitzvah that takes a long time to complete, okay, continuous mitzvah, as long as you're still busy doing the mitzvah, if you're still checking the house, you can say the beracha right there. Question number 20. What is the best thing to use when checking for chametz? Answer, start with a candle, because the mitzvah was originally made with a candle, and then use the flashlight because it's comfortable, it's not dangerous. Question number 21. What is the custom to do before the check-in? You put 10 pieces around the house, okay, so you'll find something, because the bracha is to get rid of the chametz. What if I don't find chametz? Question number 22. What should you be very careful not to do with this custom? Don't turn your bedikah into the search of the 10 pieces. You have to know your mitzvah is to check your house. The 10 pieces is a side point. Question number 23. Where should you check? Anywhere in the house, especially in places where you normally keep the chametz. Now, people don't check in the refrigerator, but you have to check in the refrigerator, because any place where you normally put the chametz, you have to check. Question number 24. Do you have to turn off the light before checking for the chametz? The answer is you don't have to. The more light you have, the better it is. So some people ask, so why do I need a candle? For the places where there's not strong enough light. Do you have to check your car on the same night? Yes. But you want the beracha to go on the car also. And you can't say beracha on the car, so you check the car after you check the house. What should you do with the chametz that you have for breakfast after the bedikah? So even though we check the chametz at night, we still allowed to eat chametz. But any chametz that you have left over, put it on the side of the house, like put it somewhere in the bag. Now we do remember, we learned the halakha, you're not allowed to hang bread. So don't hang it, just put it on the side that the chametz doesn't go around. Translate, Kol chamira deika birshuti, dela chazite udela bi'ate liftil v'leve ki'afra de'ara. So this is the Aramaic for the bitul chametz. What are we actually saying? Any chametz that I have in my property should be cancelled and considered like the dust of the earth. Actually, at nighttime we say any chametz that I haven't seen. I'm not saying any chametz, because in the midnight, if I want to eat chametz, I'm allowed to eat chametz. So I can't cancel it and eat it. I can't say it's nothing, I say it's dust and I eat dust. No. So first I say at night, any chametz that I haven't seen should be canceled. In the daytime, before, when I'm not allowed to eat chametz anymore, I say any chametz, whether I seen or I didn't see. Question number 28. When do we say it? We say it twice. Right after checking chametz and right after burning. Why do we say it? Just in case you didn't clean well, we say it. So you don't get avera for having chametz in your house. Do you have to understand what you're saying? Yes, because it's not a prayer, it's a declaration. You're declaring, I don't want the chametz. If you don't understand what you're saying, it's not good. Yes, you can say it in a different language, as long as you understand what you're saying. Question number 31. What should you do after breakfast, the morning before Pesach, and why? So after breakfast, make sure you brush your teeth, so you don't have a little chametz left in your teeth. Question number 32. What if you're going away for Pesach? Do you still have to clean your house for Pesach and do bedikat chametz? The answer is yes. You still have to check. Why? Because the 14th of Nisan, the mitzvah to check chametz, the house is still yours. You have to do bedikat. What you can do is you can sell the chametz before the 14th. And even then, even if you sell the house, you tell the rabbi, I'm going away, I don't want to clean my house. Okay, so please, I want you to sell my chametz not on the 14th daytime before Pesach. Send it to me on the 13th already. The rabbi can do that, but you can still leave one room when you clean the chametz and you get the mitzvah. Question number 33. Is it okay for a non-Jewish clean lady to bring chametz to your house on Pesach for her to eat? So the answer is you don't get any sin even if she's holding the chametz, but obviously it's better to ask her not to do that. Question number 34. At what point will chametz lose its status and therefore there will be no problem to have it on Pesach if it's not edible for a dog? According to the Torah, when does chametz become forbidden? From midday. Why? Because the midday before Pesach, chametz is already forbidden. Why? Because that was the time of slaughtering Korban Pesach, and the pasuk says, "Lo tizbach al chametz dam zivchi." I don't want to see chametz when you slaughter Korban Pesach. Question number 36. What did the rabbis add in order to prevent us from making a sin? So they said, listen, for 2 hours before the time of before midday, you can't eat chametz. And 1 hour before, you cannot get any pleasure or sell it. Question number 37. What mitzvah do we have on the morning before Pesach? To get rid of the chametz, the best way to get rid of it is actually to burn it. But the fact is you can throw it into the ocean or anything like this. Question number 38. What is mechirat chametz? Selling the chametz. You give the rabbi the power, the authority to sell your chametz to a goy. Number 39. Where should you put the chametz that you are selling for a goy? You must lock it in a side place. Don't leave it accessible to any of your family members. They might forget and eat it. Question number 40. Why can't you use on Pesach the same vessels that you are using during the year? And the answer is because the vessel, when I use a pot to make baked ziti, now this pot has the taste of chametz. If on Pesach I'm going to take the same pot and boil water in it, the chametz will come to the water. So the answer is because it has the taste of chametz in it. Question number 41. What is the basic rule when it comes to taking out the taste of chametz? So the rule is the way the chametz got in, that's the way to get it out. If it got in through cold, just wash, it's going to come out. If it got in through heat with water, you put it in boiling water, it'll come out. If it came in through heat without water, like a barbecue, you have to make it red hot. Question number 42. What is agalat kelim? Agalat kelim is when you put the vessel in hot water to remove the taste. Okay, so agala is used for a term when you're removing the taste using hot water. Question number 43. How does agala work? The water goes into the walls of the vessel and remove the taste of chametz. Question number 44. What type of vessel will agala not work and why? Pottery, because it's very hard to remove all the chametz, so there's always going to be some chametz left inside. Question number 45. What is libun? Libun is when you take a vessel and you put it on the fire until it's red hot and sparks coming out of it. Question number 46. What is tevilat kelim and when do you have to do it? So tevilat kelim, it's nothing to do with the taste. It's any time you buy a vessel from a goy, you must dip it before you use it. Okay? Okay, next question. How do you clean the oven for Pesach? So we say a few things. Number one, don't use it for 24 hours and then put it about 2 hours on the highest level. By the way, if the oven has a self-clean, then you just do self-clean and it's fine. Your oven kasher lePesach. Question number 47. How do you clean your microwave for Pesach? Again, clean it well. And then you put a cup with water and soap and you run it for 20 minutes about. Question number 48. How do you clean the refrigerator for Pesach? Since the refrigerator is only used with cold, just clean it with cold cloth. Question number 49. How do you make your dishwasher kasher lePesach? Now dishwasher, sometimes you clean with cold, sometimes you clean with hot. So the way to clean the dishwasher for Pesach is you run it one time with hot and then try not to use it for 24 hours. How do you clean your sink for Pesach? So first clean it very well and then you take hot boiling water from the pot. Don't transfer the pot into another pot. Pour them straight into the sink. How do you clean your countertop kasher lePesach? First clean it well and then you pour hot water on it. If it's made out of material that you cannot put hot water on it, then try to cover it all Pesach. How do you clean the table for Pesach? If the table has no tablecloth, if it has a tablecloth, just wash the tablecloth and use a clean tablecloth. But if it doesn't have a tablecloth, the way to clean the table for Pesach is clean it well and then pour hot water on it. If it's a type of a table you cannot pour hot water on it, then cover it the whole Pesach after you clean it well. Question number 54. What is the machloket between Sfaradim and Ashkenazim about making glass kosher lePesach? Sfaradim hold that glass doesn't need to be put in hot water, just clean it well and it's kosher lePesach. Ashkenazim hold that glass cannot be kosher lePesach. So total opposite. Question number 55. How do you make your barbecue kosher lePesach? You must do libun. You must, the metal part has to be red hot. Since it's most probably you will ruin it and it's very hard to do, don't use your barbecue from the rest of the year for Pesach. Buy another one just for Pesach. Question number 56. What is the halakha about eating rice on Pesach according to Sfaradim? You're allowed to eat rice on Pesach except you have to check it for 3 times if there's any piece of wheat inside. Question number 57. What is the halakha about rice on Pesach according to Ashkenazim? You cannot eat rice on Pesach. What are some of the things that Ashkenazim don't eat on Pesach? Beans and corn. Question number 59. What if an Ashkenaz guy goes to a Sephardic person on Pesach? Obviously, don't feed him anything he's not allowed to eat, but he's allowed to use your vessels. Your vessels don't become chametz for him just because you cooked rice in your pot. Your pot does not become chametz for him. Number 60. What if you're Sephardi but your wife is Ashkenaz? So she cannot cook she can cook for her husband rice, but she cannot eat the rice herself unless she does hatarat nedarim. Question number 61. What type of matzot should you use on Pesach? On the first night, it's very good to use handmade matzot, okay? On the rest of the Pesach, you can have machine-made. Question number 62. What is the difference between matzah shemura and a regular matzah? So matzah shemura means watched. And this matzah was is make sure that it had not contact with water since the time of harvesting. While regular matzah is only watched since the time of grinding, okay? Before grinding, or thrashing actually. Okay, so one more time, matzah shmura, it was watched from the time of harvesting, and they actually even more careful. They're more careful, even before they harvest, as soon as they're ready to harvest, they make sure there's no water on it. Okay, while the regular matzah, they cut the wheat, they don't care if there's water on it, they only care from the time of threshing when they starting to process the wheat. Question number 63, what is matzah ashira? It's a matzah made with fruit juice or egg matzah. Are you allowed to eat matzah ashira? According to Sfaradim, you're allowed to. According to Ashkenazim, you're not allowed to. What should you be very careful when you buy meat for Passover? Not to say basar ze lePesach. Don't say this meat for Pesach because it sounds like you're buying it for Korban Pesach. You say for the holiday. What is Ta'anit Bechorot? It's a fast that the firstborn fast on Erev Pesach. What can you do in order not to fast? So you go to a shul and you hear some person who finished learning the Masechet of a Gemara, and you hear him doing the Siyum Masechet, and the joy of the Siyum Masechet removes the obligation of this very small obligation to fast. Do ladies have to do Ta'anit Bechorot? So ladies don't, if a lady is a firstborn, she doesn't have to go to the shul to hear the Siyum. She should have ask somebody to bring some food left from the Siyum. Question number 69, what about small children? So for a small child, the obligation goes to the father, and the father goes to shul and hear the Siyum Masechet. Question number 70, how much should you eat at the Siyum on Pesach? So it's not enough if you taste just a drop. If you're eating food, eat 1 ounce of food. If you're drinking, have 3 ounces. Question number 71, what can't you eat on Erev Pesach? You cannot eat matzah the whole day until the night time. Why? Because we want you to eat the matzah with appetite. So Erev Pesach is a very hard day because you're not allowed to eat chametz after midday, plus you're not allowed to eat matzah. Question number 72. How should one behave during Leil HaSeder and why? You should be happy. Don't get upset at anyone. Feel like you just got out of Mitzrayim and you become free. Nothing would bother you. I mean, if a person really is supposed to act like we just got free out of Mitzrayim, then don't let small thing bother you. It doesn't make sense. How many cups of wine do we drink on Pesach and why? 4, for the 4 words of redemption. Ve'hotzeti, ve'itzalti, ve'ga'alti, ve'lakachti. Question number 74. What type of wine should you use on Leil HaSeder? So the best thing is not cooked red wine. Okay, you can use grape juice, but wine is better. Okay, question number 75. What if you forgot to lean while drinking the wine? Men have to drink again, but ladies don't have to. Question number 76. How is the mitzvah of telling the story at Yetziat Mitzrayim at that night different than any other night? So every night we only have to mention. We don't have to elaborate. And we mention it by Kriyat Shema. When we say, Ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem le'Elohim, Ani Adonai Elohechem emet. At that point, we remember Yetziat Mitzrayim. But on Pesach, we have to elaborate. Besides elaborating, we also have to act it. That's why we eat matzah and maror. Question number 77. How much matzah do you have to eat for motzi matzah? At least 1 ounce. So you don't fulfill the mitzvah unless you eat 1 ounce. Question number 78. How long do you have in order to finish the matzah? There are different opinions. The longest one is about 7 minutes. Question number 79. What do we say before eating the maror? We say beracha al achilat maror, mitzvah al achilat maror. Question number 80. What is very important to do before Pesach while preparing the maror? To clean it very well from bugs. Remember, lettuce has a lot of bugs. You're not allowed to eat the bugs, so you have to clean it, or you buy the bodek, the brand that it's pre-cleaned already. Where do we dip the maror, and what should you do instead of dipping? You dip the maror in the charoset. Make sure to dip it and not to smear the charoset on it. Question number 82. What do we do for korech? We take 1 ounce of matzah, 1 ounce of maror, and charos it as much as you want. Why do we do korech? Because according to Hillel HaZaken, the way to fulfill the mitzvah of achilat matzah is not by itself, it's together with the maror and together with korban pesach. And Rav Yosef said, Mashiach will come, will follow Hillel. So for that, we're doing korech now. Question number 84. Why shouldn't you talk until you finish eating the korech from the time you say bracha of achilat matzah? Answer is, since there is an opinion, you don't fulfill the mitzvah of achilat matzah unless you eat it with the maror, so we want the bracha of achilat matzah to also go on korech. Question number 85. What should you be careful not to do while eating the meal? Don't get too full. Don't forget, after the meal, you still have to eat afikoman. Question number 86. What does tzafun stand for? It stands for afikoman. Tzafun means hidden. We hide afikoman. Question number 87. Why do we eat it after the meal? Because afikoman is instead of korban pesach. Korban pesach you eat on a full stomach. That's why we first eat and then we eat afikoman. We finished the halachot of Pesach. Now we go into halachot of Rosh Chodesh. Question number 88. Is a man allowed to work on Rosh Chodesh? For a man, there is no problem at all. Some ladies have a custom not to work on Rosh Chodesh. Our says it's a good custom, but obviously it only applies to major type of work like sewing, stuff like this. You're allowed to cook, no problem at all. By the way, just to let you know, this Friday is Rosh Chodesh. Question number 89. Are you allowed to take a haircut on Rosh Chodesh? Not during Sefirat HaOmer, it's a general halacha for Rosh Chodesh. So according to the halacha, you're allowed to take a haircut on Rosh Chodesh, but according to a special rabbi, Rabbi Yehuda Chassid, it's better not to take a haircut on Rosh Chodesh, and a lot of people are following. Question number 90. What do some people do on Erev Rosh Chodesh and why? Some people fast and pray a special prayer called Yom Kippur Katan in order to atone for all the sins that they did during the month. Same as Yom Kippur atones for the previous year. Question number 89. What should we do on Erev Rosh Chodesh? Even though it's hard for us to fast, and even if we don't say the special prayer, but we still do teshuvah for everything we did the previous month. Question number 92. Are you allowed to fast on Rosh Chodesh itself? So you're not allowed to fast on Rosh Chodesh unless it's a ta'anit chalom. Question number 93. Do we say vidui, confession, on Rosh Chodesh? We don't. We don't say vidui on even the mincha before Rosh Chodesh. Question number 94. Is there a mitzvah to eat a meal on Rosh Chodesh? Okay, so there's no mitzvah to have a meal on Rosh Chodesh, but there's a mitzvah to add something specifically for Rosh Chodesh. Question number 95. What do we add to Amidah, and what if you forgot to add it? So you have to add the Alev Yavo. If you finish the tefillah and you forgot to say Alev Yavo, you have to repeat it except for Arvit. Okay? If you didn't finish the tefillah, you're still before the second Yul Ratzon, you go back to Etzeh. Question number 96. What do we tell people who forget to say Alev Yavo? And what do we do so it doesn't happen? We tell them it's a bad sign. And in order for it not to happen, we have the Chazan saying it loud. Question number 97. What if the Chazan forget to say Alev Yavo by Amidah? So in Shacharit Mincha, he doesn't have to repeat it because he's going to say Chazara. Question number 98. What if you finish the Amidah and you're not so sure if you said the Alev Yavo? So A and B. A, we say, if you don't know if you said it, you probably didn't say it. B, before you say pray again, make a condition. Say, Hashem, if I already said it, then this tefillah should be what? Tefillat nedava, extra. If I didn't say it, then that should be my main tefillah. Question number 99. What if a lady forgot to say Yavo? Ladies have the same obligation as men when it comes to tefillot. Question number 100. What type of Hallel do we say on Rosh Chodesh? We say half the Hallel. Do we say Hallel with Beracha? According to Ashkenazim, the Beracha is likro et Hallel, so they say Beracha even on Rosh Chodesh. According to Sfaradim, the Beracha is to finish the Hallel. Since we don't finish it on Rosh Chodesh, we don't say Beracha. Question number 102. How many people go up the Sefer Torah on Rosh Chodesh? 4 people. Which Aliyah is the best? The 4th Aliyah. Not 104. On a day when you have 2 days Rosh Chodesh, what is the Hebrew date of the first day? What's the second day? The first day is 30 and the second day is Aleph. How come some Hebrew months have 29 days but some have 30 days? So the Hebrew calendar has 354 days, and when it's divided to 12 months, comes out to 29 and a half days. Now you cannot do 29 and a half days month, so that's what we do. Some days, some month 30, some month 29. This month, for example, is 29. Last month was 30. Question 106. Who has the power to decide when Rosh Chodesh? Hashem gave Chachamim the power to have the Rosh Chodesh. That's why by Rosh Chodesh and by holidays we say Mikadesh Yisrael ve'azemanim, or Mikadesh Yisrael ve'Rashi Chodashim. 107. Let's say we have a month Rosh Chodesh on Monday. When will be the next Rosh Chodesh? It's always a day after. On a day when you have 2 days Rosh Chodesh, it's a day after the second day. Question 108. When do we pray Musaf on Rosh Chodesh? So after Shacharit, and it should be done within the first 7 days of the day. 7 hours of the day. Question number 109. What if it's 3 p.m. and I didn't pray Musaf yet? You're still allowed to pray Musaf, but you got to pray Mincha first. Question number 110. Do ladies pray Musaf? Ashkenazim do, Sfaradim shouldn't, but if you see a Sephardi girl praying Musaf, don't stop her. Question 111. What do we add to Birkat Hamazon? What if you forgot to edit? You if you forgot to edit, it's okay. You don't have to say it again. Since there's no mitzvah to have a meal on Rosh Chodesh. Question number 112. What if you ate before Rosh Chodesh, but when you were about to say Birkat Hamazon, it was Rosh Chodesh? So it's always go by the time that you ate, not by the time you say Birkat Hamazon. Now we're going to Ilchot Tu Bishvat. Okay? Now there are some mistakes, so please pay attention, look inside. Question number 113. What is Tu Bishvat? So Tu Bishvat simply means the 15th of Shavat. 2 is 15, right? Tet Vav. Tet is 9, Vav is 6. Tu Bishvat, Bishvat. Question number 14. What happens on Tu Bishvat? It's a holiday for the tree, meaning all the fruits that come after Tu Bishvat belong to the new year. And all the fruits that comes before Tu Bishvat belong to the previous year. What is the halacha of Orla? Whenever you plant a tree, even if the tree was, let's say you take a tree from my house, you put it in your house, you cannot eat the fruits until the tree is 3 years old. During the first 3 years, it's called Orla. Question number 116. How can a fruit be not kosher? And how do I know if it's kosher or not? So a fruit within the first 3 years is not kosher. Now, when I go to the supermarket, how do I know how old is this apple? I don't have to worry because 99.999% of all the fruits are from a tree that is more than 3 years old. Halakha says you're allowed to trust the big majority. Question number 117. Does the rule of Allah apply to fruits or vegetables? No, only applies to fruits. As you know, obviously carrots have to be planted every year. Like it doesn't grow from year to year, right? Question number 118. What is the rule of terumot and ma'asrot from 1 year to another year? So terumah is the fruits that in Eretz Israel you have to give to the Kohen. Maaser is the fruits that in Eretz Israel you have to give to the Levi. Now you cannot take fruits from last year to use for this year, okay? Question number 19. What is our minhag to do on Tu Bishvat? To eat fruits, especially the 7 fruits that Eretz Israel was blessed with, okay? Question number 120. What about the prayers of Tu Bishvat, the Tefillot Tu Bishvat? We don't add anything to the prayer, but we don't say vidu, it's considered like a holiday. Now question number 21, the answer is wrong. So just let... what can't you do on Tu Bishvat? Because it's a holiday, you're not allowed to fast. Okay, number 122. What is a good minhag to do with the Torah on Tu Bishvat? So it's always a good thing to do one mitzvah with another mitzvah. Like for example, some people save the lulav on Chag HaSukkot to burn the chametz on Pesach. So some people take the etrog and they make a jelly out of it, right? And then they eat this jelly on Tu Bishvat, one mitzvah with another mitzvah. Question number 123. What are Shivat HaMinim that Eretz Israel, was blessed with? So Shivat HaMinim is Eretz, I'll say the Hebrew, you say the English. Chita, wheat. Seorah, barley. Geffen, te'ena, figs. Rimon, pomegranate. Okay, zait, olive, and dvash, referring to dates, the sweet dates. Okay.